When I went through Marine Corps recruit training, a million years ago, there was a day, if I remember correctly, it was the day before graduation, called Family Day. And on Family Day, as the name suggests, families come down and they get to meet with their sons and their daughters, spend a little time with them, get a tour of the island. I did recruit training at Paris Island. And it's a good time. And you can leave the squad bay for a while, you can blow off some steam, spend time with your family, and then you go back to the squad bay. There's a couple more days of training, and then you have graduation. Now, my family attended my graduation. However, they weren't able to make it down for Family Day, so it was just me and a buddy walking around. And you really only had two choices. You either walk around the island and find something to do, or you stay at the squad bay and you help clean. So we weren't hanging around. We walked around, we said hi to other people's families, we looked at different things, and we went to the gas station to buy candy. Why did we do this? Well, because we had passed this gas station every day on runs. And every day I dreamt of when I'd finally be able to go in there, buy some candy, and eat it. I don't even like candy. I don't have a sweet tooth. I never have. But I think the fact that I wasn't allowed to have candy for the 13 weeks that I was on Paris Island just made me want it. And I got a bunch of candy. I ate it all very quickly. And I promptly got sick. So while everyone else was walking around enjoying Family Day, I was behind the gas station throwing up into a dumpster, which was about as much fun as you can imagine. Now, I can laugh about this because, it is kind of funny, but it's also instructional. Primarily, it's instructional about Buddhism's second and third noble truths. The second one says suffering is caused by desire. The third states the way to end suffering is to end desire. Now, of course, the Buddha wasn't saying that we shouldn't have any desires. We'd all be in trouble if we had no desire to eat when we were hungry. But he was warning us what happens when we don't know when and how to let go of our desires. If I had just eaten one candy bar, I probably would have been fine, maybe two. But eating as much as I did, as quickly as I did, led to quite a bit of suffering. The issue isn't desire. The issue is not knowing when to let our desires go. There's actually a term for this in psychology. It's called the hedonic treadmill. And the concept is simple. We work to get what we want. We get it. And then we work to get something else. And then we get that. And then we work to get something else. And we go and go and go around on the treadmill, constantly chasing after things. And either A, not getting them, or B, getting them and quickly then moving on to the next thing. The only way to stop this cycle is to make the choice to get off the treadmill. To say, I'm done. No more desire. No more candy. I think I'm good the way I am. Now, this is true of candy, yes, but it's also true of everyday life. Think about it. You work hard, you save up your money, you buy a house, and then what happens? You get an email from your realtor saying, have you thought about buying a new house? A bigger house? Or you work and you purchase a car and it's a good car, gets you from point A to B, and then what happens? The dealership calls you to tell you about the new models they just got in. How about you come down and give them a test drive? You go to a restaurant, you eat the food, you enjoy it, and then your buddy tells you about an even better restaurant across town. There's nothing wrong with houses or cars or restaurants, just like there's nothing wrong with candy. But if we don't know when to stop, if we're not willing to let go of the treadmill, we will spend our entire lives behind the gas station throwing up into a dumpster. And no one wants that. Which is why the Buddha, in his wisdom and his grandmotherly compassion 2,600 years ago, gave us teachings like the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, the Six Perfections, all of them designed to help us practice things like right mindfulness so that we can see our desires clearly and see the consequences of our actions. Do I desire this thing because it's something I actually need? Or do I just want it because the sales guy said I should? Am I working towards this goal because this is actually something that will be helpful towards me in my daily life? Or am I just bored and this just seems like something I'm supposed to do? Once we learn to question our desires, to handle them skillfully, then we'll learn which ones to hold on to and which ones to let go. And as we learn to let go of our desires, when we learn to step off the treadmill, to give up the chase for something new, something fancy, something colorful, what we find is our life is filled with a large amount of inner peace, a quietude, a certainty that we are okay exactly as we are. And if we make a mistake, if we get the thing or chase after the thing or we eat the candy even though we know we shouldn't, we also learn that that's okay too, because making mistakes is just part of being human. We give up our desire for perfection. And we learn from our mistakes, and we do better in the future. Amitabha.